Welcome to Gardening with Ben, the podcast where we dig into the soil of our gardens and the depths of our green thumbs. I'm your host Ben, here to guide you through the joys of gardening from sowing seeds to reaping bountiful harvests. Each episode will explore tips, tricks and tales from the garden and allotment, sharing insights from ourselves and stories from our own back garden adventures. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting your hands dirty for the first time, there's something here for everyone. So grab your brew and gardening gloves and let's get growing with Gardening with Ben. Hello and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. It's been a couple of days since our last podcast, but we are back with a brand new one today. And the reason why I can get it out so early is because it's snowing here where I am. It's been predicted all week, and I'm actually surprised that the weather forecast has got it correct, because more often than not you see something happening and it's changed by the time the day actually comes. But yes, we have got snow here in Sheffield, and it's not settling too bad, to be honest, yet. It's pretty good at the moment. But we are back on night shifts tonight, so it doesn't really bother me if we actually got snowed in, because I'd be totally fine because I'm working from home, so I've nowhere to move for the next few days, and I don't go to the allotment on my days off, especially in winter. I only go to my allotment in summertime to make sure everything's watered. In the winter time, my allotment is fine as it is. And that's one of the reasons probably why I've not got chickens on my allotment, because I would need to go down every day. I know some people say you don't need to go down every day for chickens, but I would feel bad, and I'd feel like I'd need to go down every day for the chickens to check on them and to feed them, because they're a pet at the end of the day and you've got to be there and look after them, and make sure that they're all right. And obviously when it's cold and stuff like that, you have to make sure the water's not frozen and they've got enough food. And that's one thing that I made sure I did on my allotment yesterday. I made sure that the bird feeders were all full to the top, because when the snow comes, it'll be hard for the birds to find the worms and the bugs to eat. So I made sure they're all well prepared for. And the birds were certainly coming in and getting all the food and starting to eat it all. But I do love a bit of winter snow. It's nice to see. It freshens it up a bit as well. It like cleans it all up and makes it all look fresh again once it all melts away. So, what are we talking about today? Well, what can we do when it's snowing like this, apart from record a podcast for you guys? What I usually do is I find jobs in the house to do for the garden, and that can be basically going on to websites and looking for what sort of seeds you want to grow this year, what plants you fancy growing, and what flowers, and just trying to do more research on the actual plant itself and how to look after it, because sometimes I don't spend enough time looking at how to grow things. And once you read up on something and it says you need to add such and such to make it grow better and stuff like that, and then you realize, oh, maybe that's why it's not been growing so well. So then you try it and it grows really well that year. So it's good to actually spend some time researching on how to make the vegetable better and how to look after it better, so that you can get a better crop from it as well. And sometimes it doesn't cost expensive to improve the plant itself. You can use Sometimes you can just use organic matter and stuff like that, or maybe where it's positioned in the garden. Something as little as that can make the vegetable and the plant a lot better. So I do a lot of time for research, and obviously I'm doing a lot of time for planning as well, because my allotment has had a massive overall change of look and the way it's laid out this year, which I'll talk about in my catch up tomorrow. But my plot is going to be the best it's looked in absolute years. I've spent so much time this year and effort in getting my plot looking fantastic, and I'm certainly pleased with the outcome of how it's looking. Now I need to stop talking about my plot because that's for tomorrow. But yeah, So spend some time wisely looking at what seeds you want to grow, and maybe go through all your seed packets, see if you've got some really old ones in there that you don't think will germinate anymore and stuff like that, and just have a tidy up through your seeds. Possibly write yourself a little action plan on things that you want to get done, because the snow's going to be gone by the weekend up north. It's going to be washed away by the rain apparently, so you might be back out in your allotment this weekend. So write yourself a little action plan of the things that you want to do, or some things that you might want to purchase for your allotment this year, whether it be some new tools. I've got some amazing wolf garden tools which are absolutely fantastic. And I'm trying to get a few gnomes and stuff for my plot. I put a Amazon wish list up the other day, which is in the description, and someone's bought me a couple of gnomes from there. So I'm trying to get a few little ornaments around my plot. So if you have a look at my wish list, have a look, see what I've got in there. But yeah, I've started trying to get some gnomes down at the plot. So if you've got any suggestions or other stuff what I could get down there, do let me know, and I'm hoping to eventually get some hedgehog homes down there. That is one thing that I would love to see down at my plot on a regular basis, some hedgehogs. Well, I probably wouldn't see them because if they're out in the daylight, that means that they're not very well. But I'd love to see activity of hedgehogs down there so that I know that they're going around eating all the slugs and keeping all the pests down. If you can have hedgehogs on your plot, you're going to be smashing it for not having many slugs on the plot, because the hedgehogs will just go around scoffling them all up at night and eating them all. So I've got hedgehog houses on my list at the moment. But we'll see. We'll see if we get them. If not, I'll probably end up buying them myself, because I put everything back from my podcasts back into my allotment. So I'm definitely going to hopefully get some hedgehog homes down there. One of my big list things, what was on my list originally, was all my bird feeders, my bird houses, which I've managed to get, and I'm so pleased I've managed to get them. I'm hopefully going to get some more bird feeders eventually down there. I've got quite a few, but you can never have enough bird feeders. I know it's expensive filling them up and stuff like that, but it is great to see all the different varieties of birds down on the allotment, and I absolutely love seeing them. And the birds keep me company as well when I'm down there on the plot on my own, which I do enjoy. I prefer to be down there on my own, to be honest. But when Mr. Robin's popping down saying hello while I'm digging, while the blue tits are flying around, and they all look so babies at the moment. They all look so small and cute and innocent. But yeah, we're getting so much wildlife popping around the plot, and soon the frogs will be out and about hopping around, getting ready for the mating season as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully we're going to get some more frog spawn down on our plot this year, because you can never have enough frogs down on the plot. So we've got lots to do down there, and there's always plenty to be doing when it's snowing. Like I say, whether it be looking for seeds on what you're going to be growing this year, whether it be planning your plot out, drawing it up, creating an action plan, there's always plenty to be doing down at the allotment. And it's amazing because over the last few weeks, my Instagram account's grown massive. I hit 11,000 followers yesterday. I'm getting more and more people following me again, and it's good to get out there and share with you all exactly what I'm doing down at the plot this year. So hopefully we're going to have a good year down at the allotment this year, and I'm looking forward to sharing it all with you. So yeah, make sure you do have a look at that Amazon list. It's in the description. But hopefully you all have a fantastic day, and the weekend is nearly here. So remember to keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll speak to you all soon. And that wraps up another episode of Gardening with Ben. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Remember, every seed planted is a step towards a greener world, and every day is a chance to grow something beautiful. Keep nurturing your gardens and your souls. Until next time, I'm Gardening with Ben, reminding you to let your garden be your sanctuary. Happy gardening, and see you in the next episode. Remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben.